Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck This Place!
I am not a football person. I don't really watch it for fun or anything. I'm not saying that I don't like getting drunk at a game. I mean, hello, but I'm a human. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't stats. I don't really. I honestly, if you quizzed me super hard on the rules, I do not think I would get super far. Like, I would get a 60%. Like, I know how to get a touchdown and a field goal, right? But as far as like the real technicality of like what makes it down and not a down, other than crossing that liney line, you know, liney line that they put on the screen.
A little liney line.
Whereas if you're, you know, watching it live, you got to line that fucking stick they put up anyway.
They're like, it's like, Chase, how many guys are allowed on the field at once? And then Chase just runs away.
I'm gonna go find them. I'll find however many there are. But what I'm saying is, you know, I grew up in a small town where football was like sort of king, even though my like high school was bad at it, but it was still like the best attended thing. Yeah. Even though the soccer team did super well. Anyway,
you know what would be really great is that Friday Night Lights reboot where the team was really bad.
I mean, that my team,
the
fucking,
town
we
loved
lost.
Like the town was all like, it was that same level of enthusiasm every game, but they're getting blowed out like 46-0.
Dude, that's what fucking happened to my team. We lost homecoming. I'm pretty sure every year.
Yeah.
And
really
then like, I'm pretty sure you pick homecoming.
The girls left with the other team. It was bad.
Yeah, dude. We had a homecoming dance. I mean, it was kind of a bummer, you know. Every year it was like, oh, we should have won. It's like, should we have it? I don't think we've demonstrated that at all.
Instead of just the quarterback, like 11 of your guys' players were paralyzed after.
So that'd be cool if they were all bad. We should just intro the podcast and jump straight into it. Welcome to Fuck This Place, the podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today, another fantastic guest. He runs 2 monthly comedy shows in LA, Extra Sauce at the Hollywood Improv, as well as Vino Underground at Vino. He's also kind of a big deal on TikTok. He's everywhere, and he's with us today, Mr. Kyle Rehl. What's up, Kyle?
Fellas, thanks for having me on the pod. Long-time viewer, first-time participant.
Oh,
nice. I see your guys' clips all the time. I love them.
ABC, always be clipping, you know?
Always be clipping.
We're clipping it up. We're slamming it down. Kyle, welcome to the podcast. We're very
honored
to have you.
Honestly, honored. I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, and everybody waits for the call. Everybody waits for the text on a Friday, you know?
Yeah. Everyone waits for the call, but no one expects it to be like so panicked and worried and desperately looking for a guest.
I'm just like, oh shit, this person fucking bailed. We know, I bet you Kyle will be down. He's down.
The entire time before Kyle picked up the phone, it was Chase just going, please.
Please remember me. It's been a whole pandemic, you know?
Yeah, how do we know each other again?
It's Chase. The guy. I'm always be clipping.
That's right, ABCs.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, welcome to the pod, Kyle.
Dude,
here's the thing that we do. Thanks for being here. Here's the thing we do on every podcast. So that's what we're going to do on this podcast, because this is included in every podcast. This is one of them, is what I'm saying. We do a segment to get started called Fuck This Place ? Where we decide if we would work somewhere or not.
Oh, perfect. Love that.
You are originally from Woodstock, Georgia. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we have
wait, just real quick, Chase.
Yeah, go ahead,
I've
Nick.
never heard of Woodstock, Georgia.
Why not?
There's a good reason for that. It's a nowhere place with nothing people.
Nice. Okay.
It's super good at football or very bad. It's on one of the two, is my guess.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's cool. It's just like a suburb, like 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. It's a good blend of like redneck and suburb.
Yeah. There's some people who move there to be like, it's a nice place to grow up, and then some people are like, I've always been here, you know. It's a guess.
Yeah. Lots of golf courses and stuff.
You love a back nine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like similar to football. If someone were to truly quiz me on rules of golf, I would draw a lot from my putt experience.
No idea, bro.
Like you want to watch out for that pirate,
Yeah.
Because if you get it in his mouth, then you lose the ball entirely. And
you got to time the windmill right.
Absolutely.
Right. Just immediately start making Happy Gilmore references. That's right. That's all I got.
You're gonna swap out that hockey stick. Is what you got to do. You got to start there.
Stop running with the club.
But Kyle, so what we've done is we've pulled 3 Craigslist posts from the Woodstock, Atlanta region.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. I will say that. Just to get started.
It's a very interesting place.
So far, based off of the 3 Craigslist ads we pulled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, just like we're browsing Craigslist, I'm gonna read the title to 3. You're gonna pick one that's an automatic fuck this place, like not even clicking. And then we'll look at the other 2 and decide if you would fuck this place or we would fuck this place or not. Copy? Okay, great. So title number 1 for your consideration. Ride operators needed this week. Last minute. Number 2 is 10 extras needed. A lot of need. 10 extras needed for rock music video.
Okay.
And then post number 3, another deep need, it seems. I need a diehard Trump supporter as a moving laborer. And that is our so which one is an automatic no? Ride operators, the 10 extras, or the needing this Trump supporter as a moving laborer?
I love the idea that this guy had other moving laborers that like politically didn't agree with him, and it just caused all kinds of problems.
He's like, we can't keep talking like this. Yeah.
Cut the whole carnival
like
down.
Free healthcare in front of the client. What is this?
So yeah, which is one you're not clicking on?
Definitely the Trump supporter one.
Sure.
That does sound like it'd be an amazing story,
but a tough day.
Definitely a tough day for
minimum day. Well, half day, because he's gonna sniff you out pretty quick. You know, like you're not die hard, my guy.
Yeah, 100. He's gonna see the kombucha cans in my car, and he's gonna be like, "We're done here."
Just full. They just fall out. You've been trying to get a buzz off him. You don't even know alcohol. Oh, I think the other thing is like the diehard part. It's just like, well, even what if I'm a Tea Party Republican? You know,
right?
What if I'm more of a Ted Cruz guy?
Marco Rubio type.
I'm a respectful disruptor. You know, it's like, no, dude, I need you to be my ride or die, and also pick up that piano by yourself.
Yeah. So, show me your jean shorts right now. Show me your jean shorts.
They're hemmed. They got to be hemmed.
It's part of the application.
Okay, so then we'll just say automatic fuck this place, and we'll jump straight into ride operators needed this weekend. This is Kennesaw. I don't know if that's.
Oh, dude, I know exactly where this is.
Oh, tight. Okay, good. Well, we'll get the download on. Oh,
this is 100% one of those carnivals that's in a parking lot in like an old mall.
Yes. Okay. This is you mean like a closed mall, or just a mall that's old that people don't go to anymore?
It depends. Sometimes when the mall's not doing so great, they're like, "Hey, you know what? Bring the carnival over." Maybe.
What if we let carnies occupy the space? Yeah, to really to really elevate the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. This appears to be so this is right off 75 in Kennesaw.
Right off 75 in Kennesaw. That's what they say.
I think this is at Town Center Mall. Yeah, I used to go there all the time growing up. That's hilarious.
That's great. Okay, well, so we'll read the post. We'll find out what's going on.
There's definitely a nostalgia edge to this one.
Okay, so this could be a yes. You know, just because like I want to give unto others the creepy, scary vibes that I once had.
You like distantly smell oil fire.
Yeah, dude. Have you guys ever gone to one of those? Like, have you ever seen just a carnival in a parking lot? Yeah.
I don't think I have.
They're gnarly.
Dude, it's so gnarly. All they try to do is just steal your money, bro.
Right.
I went to one of these in Georgia, and the guy was like, he was like, I bet I could guess your weight. And I was like, okay. And he was like, 215. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, that'll be $20. And I was like, no.
Whoa, we didn't agree to anything. It's like it's like getting accosted by like street performers in like Times Square, like Spider-Man coming after you.
I felt like I was getting mugged more than like a game, you know?
Yeah. And it's also a real bummer because, like, again, there's nothing, we know for a fact there's nothing of any interest in that mall. You know what I mean?
No.
there's like a old goodies or something, like a
Yeah.
store that the name sounds like it should be a store, but you're like, is that a real store? And the answer is, yeah, no, they have like bow ties, or
Right.
something weird.
For sure. They have a bunch of old shoe stores.
We
and
do.
stuff.
I should say we do have two pictures here before we get into the text.
Oh,
And
is that one of those?
And the picture number one, it looks like I would call it best case scenario, an artist rendering of like one of those like Gravitron or like, those like spinny rides where you're like pinned to the side and they turn sideways. Or whatever.
If there's people on this, they're dead, right? If you're going that fast, you're dead.
Yeah, it does look also like the rings of Saturn. Like that's that's the speed lines that we're dealing with here. It's purple. And again, it looks like there's no way this is, I hope to God it's not real because you're writing.
It looks
like their teeth are crooked
dead.
now from how fast they were going.
Or they're all passed out from the G-forces. Like, how they do astronaut tests. Like if you pass out, you don't become an astronaut.
Right. All covered in puke.
100%.
Yeah,
definitely already sketchy to go on a ride at a parking lot carnival. Double sketchy to go on a ride with no seatbelts.
That's true. This is gravity only that's protecting you. For some reason, it does have what appears to be an Instagram handle that says it's Brooke again, which sounds a little bit too much like it's broke again for my life. But just underneath this big like thing, they have what look to me like more real rides, like a picture of like the little spider thing where the arms go around in circles and stuff.
Those are other places people are dying.
One can assume. Okay, so that's picture number one. Picture number two is a classic Ferris wheel. It looks like there's not a single person on it, so it could be haunted. Just the ghosts of old ride operators.
The ghosts of dead middle schoolers who were there trying to make out. Just died up there.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. Okay, pause for another carny story here. I remember there was a rumor in my middle school that these two, and I'm not going to blow up their names because I don't know if it was real, and it's a little sultry, but there was two sixth graders and they made out at the top of the Ferris wheel. But I think the super like gross middle school aspect of this is that the legend is that they had a, those candies, Spree, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know. Spree.
It's just a little round, like a Mentos, like a color, like a green.
Okay.
Whatever. And then they were making out so hard. They were passing it back and forth between their mouth, dude. Okay. They were Frenching so hard.
Sure.
Anyway,
damn,
I had a carny story where I was on like a Ferris wheel with my dad, and it stopped at the top, and my dad told me that it broke and that they were gonna have to call the fire department. That's such a great dad joke. Yeah. And I was terrified. And I don't know why, but the carnival was playing that song "I Got Five" on it. That hip hop song. And every time I would hear that song, I'm like, "Fuck!" That was that time I thought I was gonna die.
It broke. Yeah, man. Dads are so good at just making you so afraid right away.
Such a good.
All
actor.
they do is
we're gonna die, son. We're just gonna die now.
That's it. All they do is reveal the truth, which is like I actually don't have control over every situation that you and I end up in.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like you're in the ocean. It's like I may not be able to catch you if you go under.
That's what you find out something weird about him. Like that's when I found out like my dad keeps a beer in his sock or whatever. He's like, we're gonna be here a while. Pulls out a beer from his beer sock or whatever.
We're gonna die anyway, so who cares? Just gonna have one more Coors Light. Okay, so that's anyway. It's a picture. It's a picture of a Ferris wheel. That's all we got. The text of the post reads, "The carnival, just the carnival is at the town center at Cobb this week, and we need ride helpers. Loading passengers properly, checking heights, and creating fun for families. Easy work. You must," and there's a quick list, "be a happy person." Ooh, big ask.
That's a big.
I gotta go.
I mean, for real. Show up on time. Have a valid .gov issued ID, not government issued. It's just issued from the website .gov. So it could be just carnival.gov. Have a social security card, be at least 18 years old. And then it says, call Bobby B. Oh man, I want to talk to Bobby B. And then there's a phone number. And then the compensation just says, call Bobby. Employment, AKA minimum wage or less. Employment type, part-time, and job title again is ride help. And that is the post.
Okay.
Seriously, my biggest sticking point here is be a happy person.
Mm-hmm. The happy person part, I think right away, that's honestly, they shouldn't have put that there.
Well, just because it's like you've run a carnival before, haven't you? Or at least been to one.
Yeah.
A happy person is not how I would describe anybody there, including the attendees. Right.
Yeah.
But definitely the paid people. I would not characterize them as happy persons.
No, they're always scary.
Yeah. You could
They
say
always
a
have like a
couple of them.
scar on their face or like a missing tooth or something.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that have a way with words, so that like all of a sudden you're doing something that you didn't consent to, like the weight thing,
Right.
But,
yeah, exactly.
But to be a happy person, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone truly qualifies for this job.
I've never been. That's true. I've never been to a carnival, especially in the ride scenario where people are smiling, because I mean, and rightfully so, like it's not an easy gig to like deal with what is a puke machine,
Right.
Like they just had 90 cotton candies,
the old
like,
pukelator.
It's not going to go well, and that's best case scenarios. Everyone goes by the rules and they still barf, right? But much more likely is you got teenagers who are like vaping and shit, like in your face,
Right.
Now they got to get on Barfel-Rama 2099 or whatever. Yeah.
So, I just like, even if you started as a happy person, you will not last long in carny world.
Right. They must have a lot of turnover there.
So, but the thing that alarms me the most is the lack of perception, about what this person thinks people who work here are like. Like, I don't think you're a happy person, Bobby B.
We should give him a call. Let's have him on the cast, on the podcast.
Bobby B.
No, they're happy. They're happy here. No,
hey man, they're so happy.
Oh man, we only had 3 accidents last month. Everyone's doing great.
Doing great. Yeah. So I'm thinking no, just off the bat here.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Bobby B already. Because he seems like he's mean.
Seems like a jerk. I'm out too. There's no way you don't develop like a weird, small, dry cough here. You just have the rest of your life. People just know you as having a weird, dry cough.
Yeah, it's like an asbestos-related sort of black mold
the
kind
new
of
like
thing.
COVID mutant variant you're gonna get at this carnival for sure.
Yeah, it's right there on the Pukinator.
Yeah.
It's a petri dish, folks. There's no way it gets cleaned well. Like, I mean, just think of all the I've had to clean bathrooms or what, things that have things we have to bend down a bunch, incidentally as a part of jobs. And like just all the angles, like this is a kitty litter only situation where like there's fluid, kitty litter, and we're back in business.
Yeah.
Kyle?
I think Bobby B is actually a mad scientist and he's just, this is all an experiment. He just wants to see, we're all part of his experiment.
Yeah. We're rats.
Yeah. He just wants to see how we deal with these different viruses he's cooking up in his broke again machine.
It's broke again. It's broke again. So that's
I think I'll pass.
Okay, that's a no.
Yeah.
That's fine. That makes sense. Okay, well, fuck that place. Picture.
Shit.
Sorry, the picture overrode. We'll get there. We'll describe the picture in a minute, folks. The title is 10 extras needed for rock music video. And there is a picture here. And this picture, let me just say, fucks.
It really slaps, bro.
Yeah, this picture is super hard fucking core.
And might I add,
yeah,
very brave of a Georgia-based company to have an American flag instead of a Confederate flag.
That is true. Yeah. So yeah, let us quickly paint the picture for those who are listening.
They're really taking a stance there.
Yeah, they are sticking with just the Union, so to speak. So there's in bold text along the top, it says Zombie Affairs. And that is trademarked, by the way. Zombie Affairs with a trademark. There is a large print phone number. There at the very bottom is large print that says Sinister Souls. But the most important part of this picture is behind all of this text. We have one zombie on the left who is fucking shredding a guitar.
Shredding that, yeah.
And this zombie is a late stage zombie. You know what I mean? It's not this zombie has been decaying for some time, but he's still got enough fingers to fucking slay.
He's dressed like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, right?
A little bit. Yeah, we've got some major like Iron Maiden sort of vibes. Yeah, here, right. Definitely. And then on the other side, there's, by the way, behind them is a moon with red lightning.
Yeah.
blood red lightning, and then to the immediate right is this dude's fucking like shredder in chief. He has no musical instrument, but he is planting an American flag in like the like word art grass that's directly in front of him, and he also looks pretty far gone, like his tongue's hanging out, but he looks like a real bit of a beefcake. Like we've got some gams going on here, like some pretty chunky legs.
I wonder if he's a veteran.
Could be a vet.
Could be
a veteran zombie.
Looks a little bit like the Toxic Avenger. You guys remember that reference? Like
I don't.
He's an old lame superhero.
Okay, nice. I will say he's wearing a clean white tee. It's pretty crisp, I would
honestly
say.
Honestly, he's good at laundry for a zombie.
He's just not had a lot of blood experience. And then of course there are a few like silhouetted hands reaching up to sort of allude to the horde, so to speak, of zombies that are yet to come. So we've got Shredder, we got American flag. That is the picture. Any other observations here? I think we've covered it.
No? Yeah, okay. I mean, there's a lot going on. But
we got a lot going on, and then it says rock video shoot April 2nd. So we've missed it. Too bad. I'm going to need 10 extras for rock video. The shoot is in Marietta. Short, tall, black, white. It doesn't matter.
it don't matter, Chase.
I'm so sorry. It don't. It does say it don't matter. So let me say that one more time. Yeah. The shoot is in Marietta. Short, tall, black, white. It don't matter. So that's good. Only requirement is that, and this is so wild that this is even more alarming than what we just read. Only requirement is that you have good hygiene. Mm-hmm.
That sentence tells a story, doesn't it?
It tells a story of past auditions for sure, at the minimum.
Man, how smelly must that person have been that showed, or persons? Yeah, it could. I don't.
Let's hope it was one.
But he was like, "All right, take the listing down, put it back up, but now make it a note that they can't be smelly."
We want the vibe of the horde. We don't want the actual horde.
Yeah,
right. I was gonna say that it's pretty. That's a pretty high bar for a zombie rock music video.
I would think so. It seems like zombie.
You'd want hygiene, to have gross hygiene.
You want to let that go a little bit. The pay is $100.
Who here smells like dog shit? Who is it?
You're out.
Like dog shit.
Tyler, is that you? No. The pay is $100 for about 4 hours.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Call today to lock in your spot. Because I'm sure it's going fast. Compensation box does reiterate the $100, so that's nice. That they're not, I guess, like trying to bamboozle you there. And that's the post. That's it. That's all we got. We got a lot of zombie rockability. We've got possibly good hygiene. I do think circling back on the it don't matter of the short, tall, black, white.
Let's talk about that.
You don't have to say it like that, buddy.
Also, it don't matter. And you only gave us two options. Those aren't the only colors that people come in.
Right. You're either black or you're white. There's no Mexican zombies. There's no Indian zombies. There's just black and white zombies.
Yeah. We don't have anyone who's Vietnamese or anything. It's just black guys, white guys, short, tall.
No medium-sized guy. I don't want any average heights.
I personally
short or tall.
Listen, if you're 5'11", I don't know. I need more of a 5'7" king. So I could do it. This is a classic. That list is a classic. I feel like Southerner specifically.
Oh, 100%. He's like, I'm being real inclusive right now.
Yeah.
Like his buddies were giving him shit for that.
Let me list the 4 things I've heard of. And it's like, well, that's the end of the list. It's got to be the end of the list. So yeah, I did. Is this a good old boy rock video shoot?
Do you think his friend was like his friend was giving him shit for not saying anything, and he was like, "Come on, man. Well, do it matter?" And he's like, "You know what? It don't."
Hey, listen. I know you don't know. I realize I don't know any. There's probably 5 different things. I only know 4. So let's just carte blanche. It don't matter. Let's cover it. Oh, thanks, Leroy. I do, but we are straddling worlds here because again, like we have this sort of like good old boy Southerner list of types. But then again, you're right, Kyle, that we do not have the quintessential Confederate flag that
that's what I'm saying, dude.
So maybe it really don't matter, you know?
I think this guy's going to get canceled for being too woke. That's what I think. He's
By
too
the
woke.
zombie rock community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have even mentioned adjectives about people.
That's probably right. He should have just started from the very beginning. First sentence, it don't matter. And then just gone straight into it. And this flag should have been the United Nations, probably.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to go for the full inclusivity. And some people are going to really hate, you know.
People are going to be upset that that's
if you mention the United Nations to like Southerners, they really start to get up in arms about a thing that they don't do shit with. I mean, I don't do shit with the United Nations, you know, like there's like the United Nations, you know, like, all right, globalism. We're getting into it. Yes, I just think the United Nations is in there for that kind of like, it's just like it's like bathroom graffiti, you know, it's just sort of like it's there. People want to not like it. It's a catch-all. The problem I think is the pay is actually decent.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
4 hours. It's and you know
it's going to be
$25
like
an hour.
It's going to be like under the table.
It's going to be cash. Now the question is it really 4 hours? Because he says this person says, I'm guessing it's a he. This is the all woman led Marietta, Georgia zombie rock band. It seems less likely, but could be wrong. The about leaves some leeway. So that says to me that it's like, hey man, it's gonna be 4 hours, and like you can hang out after, if you want to hang out, like we'll have some beers and we're gonna be shooting still,
right.
And I'm gonna make you go stand over there, but like you can hang, So there is a concern there that if it turns into 5 hours, you're down to $20 an hour. If it turns into 6, then you're really starting to shave off, considerable losses.
My question is, when is the music video dropping? Because I got to check this out. I want to see how many short, tall, black and white people there are in it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we should look at it.
I am quickly just Googling Zombie Affairs band because it just said Zombie Affairs up top, which honestly, they could just be saying like, look, this is a zombie thing. Like it's not even like the band name.
Well, they got a Wikipedia. Yourself. They got a Wikipedia?
No, it just says Zombie Apocalypse. That's a real band.
Oh, Zombie Apocalypse. Damn, I got excited.
Not to say this band isn't real, but it looks like we got an Amazon music thing. I've never opened Amazon music before. Yeah, what are you talking about? No, this is the same font. Oh,
yeah, that's them, I think.
Dude, the album is called
Yeah, that's the same artwork.
Yeah, and the album is called You Want a Cold Beer Baby.
Oh man,
dropped.
It's just one song.
It just dropped March 31st. This has to be the song.
This has to be the song. And it's the song is called You Want a Cold Beer. It's a single. The album art also fucks pretty good.
Wow.
Because this is a zombie holding a beer, and on the zombie beer it says zombie juice beer. They don't have enough skill to get rid of the beer part. Or they couldn't just call it zombie beer. They're like, no, it's gotta be zombie juice beer. Should we listen? We should listen a little bit.
Can we? I was just asking, can we?
I don't think I can because I don't have the Amazon.
It's on Amazon Music.
I have to try this Amazon thing for free, and then I have to remember to cancel it. Oh God, I can't even click it. My web's getting weird. Now here we go. Listen now, baby. Okay, everybody get ready. Oh man, it's not a good song. All right.
Oh man, you know what? It was for me, it was gonna be a maybe about taking this job, and now it's for real a no.
Yeah, you wanna cold beer, babe? I gotta figure out how to cancel this on Amazon for this.
Yeah, was it worth it?
It's gonna add $7 to my fucking Prime account or some shit.
Listen to that song.
So mad.
Oh man,
we're gonna link. I'll tell you what we are gonna do is we're gonna link this in the show notes for anybody else who wants to accidentally ruin their life. Oh gosh,
man, wow. That is legally a song, I suppose. But I don't.
So anyway, I'm gonna say fuck this place because I don't want to be in your shitty music video for your shitty song.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take the job.
Hell yeah.
It's $25 an hour.
Yeah,
and you know what, dude? These are some of the most progressive people in Georgia you're gonna find to work with.
That's true. And
That's
you
a fair point.
And to be fair, you do want a cold beer baby, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
It's so funny because it's all
You're
like
not wrong.
it's all like death, like zombie imagery, and then it's like the most chill, like Jack Johnson sounding music.
It was a bit of a
Yeah.
butt rock, best case scenario, like more of like a hair metal kind of thing.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
like Motley Crue single kind of thing.
right.
Best case scenario. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we found a good opportunity for you, Kyle.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I am unemployed right now, so
Tight. Yeah.
this might be the answer.
In the meantime, the rest of us, I guess we'll say fuck this place. Heyo, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, did you know that you can text this podcast? The number is 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We take your side, by the way. That's an automatic position. If you text us, we're on your side.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about your boss. You think I'm going to protect that guy? I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I got your back. We got your back here.
Absolutely. If we're this is like a weirdo, like sleazy lawyer commercial. I mean, we're on your side to a point,
Mm-hmm. I'm wearing a goofy suit right now.
I'm wearing a brown tie. Couldn't tell you why. If you need us to talk shit about something, like we're your shit talking team. All you gotta do is text 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. We're on your side.
Kyle, what is the first job you ever had?
I worked at a gym called Fitness 19.
Interesting number to follow a gym.
Yeah, it was in Woodstock. I was like 16, and they paid me to put flyers on people's cars and parking lots.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
Yeah.
Fitness 19.
Yeah, dude. I was out there doing the dirty work.
Yeah, the grunt work for sure. Why was there 19 after the name? Because
I don't
some
know.
people do 24 because it's like either it is a 24-hour fitness or it's just like, well, you 24 hours a day. We care about fitness, 19 seems it's almost like they named it in the Blink 182 era, like, oh, Sum 41, Blink 182. Hey, we're Fitness 19,
right. Yeah. Or like they just wanted to call it fitness, and then that name was already taken. So
Very taken. Yeah.
Like an email thing. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
they had to get up to.
Yeah, they wanted to join an AOL chat room. And they're like,
There's
oh, no,
18 others before them.
Yeah. I'm Fitness 19. I'm Fitness 19. Like, I'm more than legal,
Yeah. Yeah. That job was it was okay for what it was, for how
mainly because you're a teenager and all you have to do is walk around and just like lightly vandalize people's cars,
Right. It's basically you get paid $7.25 an hour
to
be hated by everyone that you are servicing.
That you interact with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But most people you don't interact with, I would imagine, right?
Well, that's the thing is.
All right, Kyle's on the job. That makes sense. Okay, carry on.
Some people would hunt you down and they'd be like, hey man, did you put this shit on my car?
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like,
yeah, of
don't
course
fucking do that.
Of course I did. I'm handling like I have a basket full of flyers. Like there's no way you can deny it.
What if I was like, no, it wasn't me? That's weird.
I don't think so. I think that was Trey.
Cars.
That must have been Trey.
Yeah, I'll help you find him. Yeah. We'll get this son of a bitch.
Let's kick this motherfucker's ass. So they asked you and you said, yeah.
I mean, you're just a kid and there's just like a pissed off adult who's probably just mad about like some other shit, like their marriage or some shit.
Yeah.
One time I was doing it at a Publix parking lot, and this old like manager guy came out there and he gave me a real stern talking to, and then he brought me over to this whole like no soliciting sign. And he made me read the whole thing out loud.
That's what people love to do, that fucking shit to teenagers. I
know.
Like, let me make this as a teachable moment, like the worst teachable moment of all time.
Yeah, I was like 2 sentences in. I was like, "Are we still doing this? Like, you want me to say the whole thing?"
And also, like, what lesson do you think you're fucking teaching this kid? Like, don't have a job?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we already know that lesson pretty good, But like you, that's the thing. But when people are mean, that doesn't blow my mind.
Yeah.
It's when people are mean and like they think that you are gonna change.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
They're like, do you think that he's doing this for fucking fun?
Yeah. Like, I didn't choose to do this,
Like
bud.
best case scenario, his like dad owns this gym. Like best case, he's not
Right,
getting
right, right.
paid, and he's
Right.
doing it because a family member is like, "You gay, listen to this. You want to get started in this business? You know, you gotta
It's like
go
a
out."
mob run.
Yeah. You want to get started in this business, you gotta go out. You gotta put the flyers on the fucking, you know. And if somebody talks shit, tell Tony, okay? You don't deal with him, okay?
You tell Tony. Here's the thing, because there is no Tony. We'll know what it means. There's no Tony here.
That's right. And when you come back, you lift some iron with me and your brother. I had to say brother. Yeah, but it's just like, what best case scenario? It's a family thing, and you're doing it for free, and you're just like, fuck it, I just do this after school for my dad. But nobody hands out flyers for like just like. What do you think? You think you're an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
This is not
Like,
the way
it's
to do
not my
business,
gym,
pal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? You just walked real slow off the lot. Did you drive to the lots? Mechanically, what happened?
So I used to do it with this other dude. We'd like go out together.
Yeah.
We'd like start at one side, like opposite sides, and then meet in the middle, and then just like, because it was all about speed, getting out of there before you got caught.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty
gone
much.
in
Oh
60
man, what
seconds.
a job!
Gone in 60 seconds, but with flyers.
Yeah.
on people's windshields. You know, it was the same thrill, same thing.
Gone in 6,000 flyers. more like.
Yeah. When you were done, you like changed your clothes so that no one would know.
And you burn
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
always burn it.
Mustache.
You always got to burn it. There's a burning. You at the beginning of it, you have a little like trash can that you start a fire in, and as soon as you leave, you get naked, chuck them in.
No evidence.
Can't risk anyone to find out how lame we are.
So how long did it take?
So we would go, we had like a little map, so we'd have like different lots we'd hit around town, you know. It's all about location, you know. You gotta hit the good lots, the groceries,
Absolutely.
the pharmacies,
A lot of cars.
malls,
Yeah.
you know.
Mall's a pretty big parking lot.
Dude, I'd probably put flyers at that Town Lake or the Kennesaw Mall that we were just talking about.
Yeah,
I forget the name of it.
right where you were standing. They were gonna put a carny, you know.
Town Center Mall, baby.
Right there, Gunkers Mall or whatever it's called.
But eventually we would just kind of like, after a couple times, we were like, all right, well, I don't think this is even an effective marketing strategy.
Yeah, that's right.
And like, I'm sick of being harassed by people. So we would just like drive around and not do it and said we did it.
Yeah.
You just have to do it enough just so that like they could see maybe like if anyone left or like whatever, just do enough to be like, here's proof that I did enough, but then just like go chill somewhere for like an hour and come back.
Isn't it great how you wise up? Like I'm curious about like, what's their pitch to you about this? Like as you get hired or whatever, they're like, okay, this is we need, it's like super good for our business. You know what I mean? Like, did they warn you that you were gonna get yelled at? I would guess not.
I think that they knew that some people would give me shit, and they'd always just tell me to give whoever gave me shit the manager's number, and then the manager would get like calls of like
all day,
and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So honestly, like made his life better by not actually doing the work, you know.
Exactly. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. I mean, the other thing too is I think they were just kind of desperate to get memberships in.
I would imagine so. Right. They've hired 2 high schoolers to do like secret ops.
Yeah.
You know,
like their whole thing, their whole strategy is like, look, you gotta understand, no one likes us. So when you go out and do this, they're not gonna like you. All right? Everyone fucking hates it. They don't want our pieces of paper on their car. They're gonna yell at you.
The owner Jay, his house gets egged every fucking week.
Every fucking day. Yeah. All right. We've changed the name of this gym 18 times because of how fucking often we're harassed.
So anyway, you're going to want to get in and out of that parking lot in less than 55 seconds. You know,
I'm so sorry. This is your burner phone.
if someone stops you, you do not know me. You do not know your own name. Here, we're going to burn your fingerprints off. Let's do it. Let's go. But did they tell you needed to do it fast? Like, hopefully they at least told you that of like, hey, no, you got to really get in there and do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they like told us that, but we also like pretty much knew that.
You
like,
figured
right
that out
away.
right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Just
the wrong
how-
thing.
Based on how literally everyone was looking at us.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. You know what's crazy, I think, is that like, maybe not crazy, but certainly like a different perspective is like, this happens in big cities all the time. You know,
Yeah.
like I would get, you know, usually smaller than like a full on flyer, but I would get little fucking Scientology cards and shit,
Yeah.
you know, on the side of my window, or like some stupid fucking car wash thing all the time. And it's just like, oh, here it goes. You just fucking throw it away. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's just
Like,
part of life. It's like the culture here.
It's just like whatever.
Everyone's hustling.
Right.
But like, I do think that in the suburban context, it's sort of like, how could you mess with me? You know, because I came out here to not be messed with, you know.
How dare you touch my windshield wipers?
That's right. That's
Piece of
right.
paper
How
on
dare you lift my windshield blade a touch on my like Dodge Caravan?
Yeah, and they said crime was supposed to be low in the suburbs.
Yeah, so much crime in this mall parking lot. How big were the flyers? Were they full flyer, like a piece of paper?
Yeah, it was actually like a pretty nice, like, it wasn't just like a shitty piece of paper. It was like wax paper.
Okay, yeah. So like
laminated type.
they put this on
thing.
cardstock, yeah.
Yeah, they really invested in this strategy. That did
Which
not.
is such a bad, like, it's just so crazy. It's so crazy to be that young and to know that person's already bad at the business that they have.
Oh yeah, it was honestly because like after this I had a bunch of jobs. Like between like high school and college I probably had like 15 jobs, and like this was a very great introduction to how a lot of jobs are just fucking bullshit.
Yes.
Right.
It's just bullshit that somebody had an idea that was like, we need a person to do this, or like, we need to do that. Something needs to happen, but I definitely don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So let me get somebody else to do it. And then when they do it, I will feel better that it's being done. That does not mean that it has any results related to the business. Like, I'm sure there was a promo code.
Yeah.
On the
it was
thing.
like some kind of deal. I don't remember what the deal was.
How long did you work there?
Not long. It was like a summer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was like a summer job.
But even if it's a month, dude, you could easily measure how many people are bringing this fucking flyer in.
Oh, 100. I think,
if the number is 0.
Yeah, I've been back to Woodstock since, and Fitness 19 no longer exists.
Oh,
so
shit.
Didn't work out in a long time.
They got usurped by Fitness 21.
Yeah.
Just a Forever 21 where they do fitness. Yeah. So you were there for like, it was a summer job. You and then you just said, I'll fuck around for a while.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
How long did you do it in earnest before you were like, okay?
Oh man, probably like twice.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's no fun getting yelled at by strangers.
Yeah, and I was like, there was just like no incentive behind it at all. Like it wasn't like even like I get paid more if people come in or something with the flyer.
Not. Yeah,
like there was no reason for me to keep doing it.
They
so
couldn't
like,
even do that. They literally couldn't say, I'll give you $20. You're like, not a percentage or anything. Just like, I will give you $20 hairs. See what I'm saying here? Follow my lips. Doll hairs. 20 of them. I will give them to you. Like, not even a fake incentive, or like, or even I don't know, or a discounted gym membership, or literally, I'll give you this old barbell.
Dude, totally.
Nothing. And it's like, you're bad at business.
Yeah, dude.
You're bad at this. And
that's
I know.
when you know, like as a 16-year-old, like, oh, I'm gonna be okay. Because there's like people like this and they like manage a gym.
And they're so far down the road. You know, like they raised money. They probably took some money out from like a bank, or I mean, probably hopefully not a bank, because then you owe
probably
interest or something. Hopefully you took out some friends and they're just like, I forgive you for being the dumbest person alive. You know, but like to do that takes a lot of, I mean, let's just call it $50K, right? Just to
at least
start a gym, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's assuming that you conquered another gym so that you could take all their equipment, you know?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So they made it deep in the hole before they were like, we need a Kyle. This
is our Hail Mary pass.
We need a little dumb shit to run around. That's just, yeah, you're going to be okay. You're right. You're going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Chase.
I was just gonna say, did they ever find out, or how did it end? It was just like summer's over, bye.
Basically, yeah. I school started again, and then I got like cast in this like play.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm
You're
like, I
like-
take my craft serious.
You're
bro.
like
You
Jacob
can't
Marley in the
fucking-
Christmas Carol or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah. Who here has not been saved by high school theater? I asked.
I mean, that's what this podcast is all about, you know. I got cast, you know, freshman year. I got cast in a play. I was like, oh fuck, I don't have to run cross country more. I suck dick. I was so bad at cross country, you know. And I was like, all right, sweet, I have a thing now. I got a thing. We're good. Let's just ride this for a while,
dude, for sure.
So you got cast in a play, and like, I don't have time. I got rehearsal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
I gotta
practice.
go be I gotta go be a townsperson that gets real scared when the bad guy walks in. All right. There you go.
For sure.
I'm
yeah.
amazed that they didn't bust you. I guess they have no way of
Nah,
knowing.
dude. Well, so like I don't know. Well, honestly, I had some other jobs that might be fun to talk about.
Mhm,
So like
mhm, mhm.
we can jump ahead, but way later on in college, I had I worked for the school newspaper, and I would
Mm.
deliver all the newspapers,
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and
Mhm.
I'd have to wake up at like 4 a.m. like
Mhm.
every Wednesday to like go
Oof.
do this.
Yeah, that's a
And-
tough thing to do as a college-aged person.
Oh
Right.
yeah, for sure.
You know?
It was a little rough. I mean, it was like very part-time, but like
Yeah.
whatever. And pretty quickly realized that fucking no one was reading the school paper.
Huge surprise, massive
Yeah.
shock. You know.
Like, so basically would just like, you know, at my leisure kind of, you know, maybe I'd miss a couple spots one
Mhm.
week. And I
Right.
come back the next week, I'll put the new paper in there. But it came to the point where I just had a fuck ton of newspapers. I had nowhere to put them.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So then I
It's
had like
as-
this huge stack on
It's
my
as
porch outside my
inconvenient
house.
as the job once
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, foiled again. Foiled again by my own scheme.
And then you got to sell them, and then once you sell them, you start printing them because you're like, I'm a publisher, you know. And you're like,
and then you're like, well, I got to come up with stories. So now you're writing the whole.
Uh-huh.
You're writing the article.
yeah, you're just an overworked editor, like the mean guy at the Spider-Man
Uh-huh.
paper, you know. Like, Peter, we got to get those pictures in. And you got a cigar, and it lasts all day, and you got a
Right,
wife,
yeah.
and you know.
It was too much. The
It
job I thought
snowballed.
would be easy. It became a whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm running a newspaper.
Yeah. And now and print is dead, you know. And so you're in debt. So you just got rid of him, but then you had a pile, and you were like, okay, so what happens after the pile? Are you
Right,
going to
so
go
there's
back to
constant-
delivering them?
It ends up kind of being more work.
Yeah, definitely.
You just did the job.
Yes. Yeah. Because you still got to get up at 4:30 to be convincing. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
awake. You know,
You
like
still have to go pick up all the newspapers.
yes.
You go to like some weird ass like warehouse where
Yeah.
they're like no one's expecting you, and it's
Yeah.
a bunch of sketchy people working there, and you pick them up.
Uh-huh.
I'm driving like my dad's like old Infinity car. It's
Mhm.
got like 100,000. It's got like leather seats in it. I'm just throwing fucking piles of newspaper on the leather seats. There's just ink marks all over
all
the
over.
fucking
Yeah, because
leather
Oh
they're
my
fresh off the
God.
press. You know.
yeah and well, and then they expect you to keep track of when you go to each spot
Mm.
how many, like you take a count of how many newspapers are there compared to what you dropped off last week. So I just started making up numbers. I was just making it up
Mhm.
because I was like, no one is looking into this. I am
And
the
you've got
only
no
guy.
complaints.
Right, yeah.
Did anyone ever say like, excuse me, you're not delivering my
Uh-huh.
paper? Like
No,
ever?
and here's the thing: if anything, they're like, "Wow, readership's up this quarter." I'm like, "Yeah, you're welcome." You know,
Uh-huh.
I
Leadership's up because you've taken more pay. Oh, because you're. Are you
I'm
taking the
logging them on
orders
the
for how many
Excel
people want
sheet.
papers?
Right. So you're writing it. They're like, wow, Kyle delivered 6 gajillion.
You just wrote out the word gajillion at the bottom of this piece of paper and handed it to me.
Well, it
need
was
to
all
read.
like it was all like local restaurants and shit. Like, you know, like when
Yeah.
you go to like a local restaurant and there's like a newspaper rack of like
Yeah, because
houses and
it's
stuff.
all a fucking sham. Because
Yeah.
because there's two things that are going on at this college newspaper, I would imagine. Number one is they're selling ads to whoever, and
Right.
they're pitching it to, you know, again, this probably those same restaurants, you know, like Jerry's Calzone joint or whatever.
Mhm.
And because I was in high school newspaper, and this is part of what we did, you know. But then
Oh, cool.
but then vibe number 2, which I would say is equally as important, is there is a bunch of students who are trying to like basically create portfolios by writing stories, right? So it just needs to happen. Like this paper just needs to exist so that these two entities can be served, right?
For sure.
But nobody wants the paper.
Nobody actually reads any of it.
Yes, it's just best case scenario. This is, pre like, the ubiquity of smartphones, where like, you're waiting at an Olive Garden for your table, right? This is even before they had the buzzers, because you have to sit nearby, right? And there's that stack. I remember looking at the stack and be like, fuck it, I'll look at this brochure, or whatever. And so then the paper gets picked up, right? And that's it.
The only people that are picking up the paper are people whose phones have died, and they're like waiting on the bus or something.
And their phones have died for a while, and they've stopped whistling.
They have,
or whittling.
They don't have a charger. They've asked people for charge. It's like a last case.
Everyone's giving them a fuck you. Yeah. And they already went to McDonald's and got a snack.
Yeah.
They got themselves some hash browns. What a world. So so then you never got caught in that scenario either?
No, dude.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I'm unemployed right now. So if there's any potential employers listening to this.
And there are definitely not. This podcast is called Fuck This Place.
All we do is talk shit to them. So I don't think they care about us.
Just like,
I'm a changed man.
Yeah, he's
I was a con artist.
Mm-hmm.
I was
it's an addiction.
A hustler.
Yeah, it's a disease. He's better now.
And anything, I think it just shows that I work smart, not hard.
I completely agree. Well, so that's the thing is, though, that's the thing that's so, and I feel like, we covered this a while back on the podcast, but like the logical conclusion of a human in both of those scenarios is no one cares what I do, so I'm not going to fucking do it. Right. Like,
especially when you're getting paid like dog shit.
You don't want to be the type of person like if you were the person who was able to turn it off and accomplish the task, you don't want that skill set.
Yeah.
Right. That's the skill set of psychopaths and morons. Right. And it's just like, to have that skill set is dangerous for you and for society at large.
And here's my thing. If I'm my boss in that situation, I don't care. I'm like, just you're in charge. So
the
do
whole
whatever
thing's a sham.
Gets it done.
Exactly.
Or like
all
done.
I need to know is that the papers make it out of the warehouse, right? And that circulation is up. And yes, there's a gajillion. A gajillion, awesome, that's great. Well, I will tell my boss that we have 2 gajillion. That are just it's gangbusters.
Okay, Kyle, that was your first couple of, and also weirdly related jobs. What would you say?
Linked.
What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
God, dude, there's a lot of potential. I mean, if we're going based off of just like pure suckiness.
We'll start on the pure suckiness metric, and if we have to move, we can.
So right when I graduated college, my parents were like, you gotta start paying for like rent and all this stuff. You gotta start providing. So like while
you got to start providing for these children that are not yours. We have a whole immigrant family that needs you. Sorry, but go on. You need to start.
So I like put like all this pressure on myself to like find a job while I was like looking for like an actual job.
Yes.
Which was dumb because it just consumed all my time. But
I
ended up working at this box warehouse where it was. Nice. It was 40 minutes away from where I lived.
Which is crazy when considering all the close by options that you could have had. Yeah.
I just did it because my friend worked there.
And
isn't that like
there we go.
Friend the easiest like path of like least resistance? I
need a job. Right. This is one. But like also you're getting like the crazy thing this is what blows my mind when you're getting paid dick, and I imagine this is one of those jobs. Yeah. And you're going far to get paid dick. And you're like, no, dick is close. We can get dick. No problem.
Yeah.
Dick is always 100%. Close by. Anyway, so it's 40 minutes away. Carry on.
Yeah. So it was like through one of those staffing companies,
like a temp agency?
Yeah. So it was called like Pride Staff. So we'd wear these shirts that had the Pride Staff thing on them. And
nice. The Pride Staff.
What I don't understand is like when they give you a work uniform, they just give you one shirt. And it's like, am I supposed to wear this all day, go home and wash it and dry it, and then wear it again tomorrow?
That's right. Yeah, you sweat through it in like an hour.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously too, because I'm a dude, I end up just like not even fucking washing it until like the end
Oh,
of the
Uh-huh.
yeah.
you know, because there's just no way on top of the like whatever.
Honestly, even 2 shirts is like, I like sometimes people
Yeah.
will be like, oh, we'll do 2. It's even 2 is
That's
a
shit, dude.
paltry. It's
They're like
nothing.
they're like made from the worst fucking material too. You're
Right.
like, this is like the cheapest shit you could have bought.
Yes.
Yes. So my first day there, I walk in and it's like there's just like a bunch of interesting people there. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, because it's a warehouse. Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of ladies working there and they are aggressive. They
Okay.
are sexually harassing me.
Okay.
I walked in there and I was like working with this, like, this is my first day. I'm just like training. I'm trying to figure out like the whole workflow and shit. I'm just on this line with these ladies. And this one lady, she's like, you got a girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time. And she goes, could I beat her up?
Oh shit.
And I was like, I mean, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you ask the question, you know the answer.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. No,
The
she
answer is
was
definitely.
intimidating, bro.
You're like,
so
I
then
didn't even beat
end
me
up,
up.
I end
Yeah,
up
for
like
sure.
switching over to just doing like I'm like one of the few dudes working there. So I'm just doing like what basically the whole thing was, and I never understood it. It never got explained to me. I don't understand what the purpose of this job was.
All right.
They would send us boxes of 8 like Lysol Clorox products, like boxes of 8 wipes and stuff. We'd take them out of the boxes, we'd break the boxes down, and then we'd put them into boxes of 6. And I was like, why don't you just put them in 6 to begin with? Why are we unboxing these things and then repackaging them into smaller?
They started
And then someone just starts ringing a bell real hard, and security comes and removes you. And that's the last time anyone sees you.
And they blow a steam whistle and say, back to work.
And this shit was like backbreaking. After like 8 hours of this, like
Yeah,
your
dude.
back is like, it's over, dude. It's
Yeah.
like game over.
Are the
And
boxes-
they kept making me do like the most labor intensive shit because I was like one of the few dudes working.
And you're the
there.
new guy too.
And
Yes.
I'm the new guy, exactly.
Yeah.
And basically, so they had this policy where it was like you get like a certain amount of days where you can just not show up. You don't even have to tell anybody, which was part of the appeal of the job for me.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And-
They're
Is
like, we know you hate it.
Yeah.
They had to
It's
do
a
that.
numbers game, you know? So I started using that, and then there was like one week where I had like 3 left, and I was like, dude, fuck it, 3 in a row, I'm done working here. I just didn't even go back.
Yeah.
I got my last
That's the
check, and
level
then
of
they're like,
respect of just like, hold on a second. Your friend worked there.
Yeah.
What did they have to say about it?
Yeah, did they tell you that there's a bunch of
we got this great job, you know?
Yeah, dude. There's the buffest, horniest women you ever met.
I've had sex with all of them. It's like that. It's like the island of sirens. You know what I mean? Like I get here, but I'm gonna die.
Felt more like they had sex with me, though. I'll tell you that.
But what was the thing? What was like?
Yeah,
did they have a
he was
pitch?
still like, I think he was like a sophomore or something still. So for him, it was like decent money, and it wasn't like, you know, he didn't have his degree yet. So it was
and
like,
you were graduated, and you're just like, no, I'm full-time sad now.
yeah. And I was like working there for like a week, and the guy was like, "You have a degree?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Why don't you like work in management here?" And I was like, "Nah."
I mean, I'm definitely not gonna stay here, my dude.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not a long-term thing for me, buddy.
Yeah, you trying to climb the ranks? Are you getting your degree so that you can become management here?
Yeah.
So it seems like this friend had a real different appetite for this job. I mean, like,
What
he
did
was,
he?
I mean, he knew it was shitty, but like he had a better attitude about it than I did for sure.
mhm,
He
mhm.
had
100%.
he had a better attitude about his girlfriend being threatened on the first day.
Oh yeah, sure. Tyra, she's received death threats, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
Isn't that-
whatever, man. We
Isn't that
go
what
out,
most workplaces are like?
we go out for happy hour. It's no big deal. They pick up my phone, they call her, they scream. It's whatever, man. We're just getting wings. That's wild. So yeah, you just bounced. You just said like,
Yeah. I mean, especially
You know,
because they had that
likey.
policy. I was like, I'm just not even gonna tell them. I'm just gonna like not come into work.
you were one of. I mean, the exception really is people who do tell them. You know,
Right.
Absolutely.
Honestly, yeah.
like hand
Yeah.
in like a written notice on like an envelope, like you get out of here, fucking dweeb. Like, don't you
Yeah.
know this works? Like we never
That
liked
probably
you.
lasted like a month. And then
Got it.
before that, I
stick
worked
with
at
that one. Yeah.
before that I worked at Jimmy John's and
Fuck.
during college, like my freshman year. And that was okay. Everyone really fucked with Jimmy John's. So like
Jimmy
anytime
John's
you show up
It's pretty
with a
all right.
sandwich, people are happy.
Yeah.
The thing is though, it's all college students and fucking nobody tips well.
Of course not.
And actually, I have like one time I delivered, I don't know if you guys know who Leonard Floyd is. He plays for the Rams. He just won a Super Bowl.
Just recently. Wow.
Yeah. So he's like a linebacker. He used to play at UGA. And one time I delivered him a sandwich to the athletic commons.
Oh, you did delivery.
Yeah, I was a delivery
guy. Shit. Yeah, very different from working behind the counter at Jimmy John's.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So and the athletic campus is like way far away. It's like really nice. It's where they put all the athletes.
Yeah, they want to hide them. Yeah.
Yeah, keep them in like the safe, like really nice place.
Yeah.
Hard to get to. I drove all the way out there. It probably took like 30 minutes. And I like find Leonard Floyd and he just looks pissed at me. And he just hands me the exact change and just walks away. Oh,
Lenny.
And then I just watched him win a Super Bowl this year. So I added him on Twitter and I was like, hey man, congrats on the Super Bowl. You don't remember me, but you did not tip me when I delivered you Jimmy John's in Athens in 2014. And he didn't reply. So
go figure.
You know what? He's gonna listen to this podcast though, because I know he's a big fan of the
show.
Huge
fan. Big friend of the pod.
And then he won't get out of my DMs. He won't get out of my DMs.
How can I tip you? He keeps saying, how can I tip you for doing nothing? Oh, sorry, Leonard. That's not how it works.
He was just pissed.
Leonard Skinner didn't tip you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but he was just pissed because it took too long, or he was just being a shit.
I assume he was a little upset at how long it took, but it always fucking takes forever to deliver.
Yeah,
the
when you're on
there.
Top of the castle or whatever, it's going to take a while.
He also had exact change, which makes me think that he was never intended.
He was never planning on it. He was sitting there for 30 minutes just thinking, I'm not going to tip this motherfucker. And I never would, But also, the other challenge here is that we're at this point, we're still kind of in the dark ages of food delivery.
Yeah.
Right. It was only in-house delivery. Yeah. So it's like you can get it from Jimmy John's, you get it from Domino's, right? Like and that's pretty much it. You couldn't just get lo mein whenever you fucking wanted to. So he's probably well versed with the Jimmy John's situation. He's like, they get here, I'm mad, I give them exact change, and they always leave. So,
I'm Leonard Floyd. They're not going to do anything about it.
They're not going to do shit. And it's true. You're not. You're like,
I didn't. I was like, thank you, sir.
Did you know it was Leonard Floyd at the time?
Yeah. I saw it on the ticket and I was like, oh cool. This is like a big football guy. This should be cool. Maybe.
Oh, this is going to be. You're like, oh, cool. I'm going to remember this the rest of my life.
Yeah. Honestly, probably my fault for going in expectations too high of like, this guy's going to be so cool to me. I'm delivering him.
Well, it's probably one of your first celebrity or pseudo celebrity encounters, right? Where you're like, oh, that'll be neat that we get to kind of like electrically arc in the same space, Yeah. 100%. And you realize that they're really and truly just like everybody else in that they hate your fucking guts.
I just represent an inconvenience to him. Like I was
you were 40
the
minutes
guy getting in the way of him eating the sandwich.
That's right. Yeah.
Except, and in reality, I was the guy facilitating him.
You were the guy who gave him the sandwich. Yeah. But you're the person to blame for the time it took, because he knows that somebody made the sandwich, but then you're the person who took 40 minutes.
Right.
To show up with it.
I know I'm jumping all over the place.
Keep jumping. We're good.
I've had a lot of weird jobs.
Yeah, I also don't respect myself. I've been there. Just been like, oh, I'll do it, sure. And then you're just like, oh, fuck me.
I'd be a little remiss if I didn't mention this. I did have a job after Fitness 19.
Okay.
Where I worked at a gold buying store and I would just hold the sign. The people that hold the sign.
You're a sign spinner, but a holder instead.
Sign spinner. But my boss was an insane person. Like he was like, I guess a veteran, because he grew up in Alabama and then volunteered to fight in the IDF, like in Israel. and came back.
That's how you know you're fucking like pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
like
he's like seeking it out.
I just want to fight. I just want to fight.
Yeah. And he would tell me the most fucked up stories in the entire world. Like every time I'd come in for a break, he'd be like, yeah, so I was about 3 bong rips in Palestine and we started to get heavy fire. And I just started like, he would just tell me he was like high as fuck, just shooting people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's some real life Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because again, if he just wanted to serve, right, he could have joined the regular U.S. military, and you roll the dice as far as what happens, you know.
Or
like,
he also could have just smoked weed at his house,
and played Call of Duty.
Yeah, he could have just done. There was a lot of extra steps in the way he did it.
No, he wanted to get high. He wanted to get a little bit sick from eating too many Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and he wanted to shoot people. Yeah,
and so, I would come in sometimes too, and he'd be scrolling on his phone, looking at pictures of dead people. Just he'd search, and it would be like people who committed suicide, and they're just their bodies just on like the sideway or the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And he'd be like laughing, and then he'd show it to me, and I'd be like, "That's hilarious!" Like I'm so scared right now.
I'm so scared that you're gonna kill me and sell me for gold.
Right. You're like trying to do like tricks with your signs so he'll like you more, you know?
Yeah, dude, I was trying so hard to get this guy to like me because I was so scared of him, bro. And
how did you fall into that?
I would always had
a friend who worked there. He was like, "It's great here. This guy has the best stories. You're gonna love it." Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Oh, you're totally fine. I would always bring my mom's pink iPod Nano because I didn't have an iPod at the time. And he saw it, and from the moment he saw the pink iPod Nano, he would always ask me in a roundabout way if I was gay.
Right.
Yeah, you like, Celine Dion's got a new album out.
Yeah, you'd be like, "So are there any gay kids that go to your high school? Like you know,
how alone do you feel on a daily basis?"
A lot of indigo girls on your iPod.
Yeah, you just think that you're just a closeted lesbian. Oh yeah, well, that's great.
Let me ask you, what's your second favorite wiener you've ever seen?
Oh man, and it's so crazy. This is why he could have just roasted you for the pink iPod, you know, and then just left it. But he just saw it.
Like, it's my mom's.
And he clocked it, you know. It's just like, all right, we got a gay kid. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. Is like, oh, he's listening to music out of a pink thing. Whoa.
Like, what you got on there? Katy Perry, Lady Gaga. What are we listening to?
First gay boy I've ever met, and I'm gonna show him pictures of people who've killed themselves. Because I have no concept for how common that is in the LGBTQ community. Woo!
He's like, I killed a gay guy once.
No, dude. Just tell me more about the Israeli thing. So how long did you? So I guess you had typical like 10-minute breaks or whatever that you would come in. Was he always just in a corner looking at his phone?
Whoa,
was he the owner?
No, he was just running the store. So his job was pretty chill. Like he would just like weigh people's gold if they came in, which was rare. People don't really just offer up their gold to.
There's not a lot of gold walking the streets, you know, that people are trying to get rid of. Yeah,
I think this was like the post 2008 recession. Like you gotta sell all your gold. Like I don't know what it was, but there was for some reason in Georgia, there was like a zillion different like gold buying places that popped up. So I guess it was like a bubble or something. But.
Yeah. Well, in recession, I think you're right though. In recession times, it's like people are going to have people are going to be hard up. And so they're going to want to sell their wedding rings or their, you know, like one piece of grandma's, whatever.
Yeah.
So he was just the manager.
He was just the manager, man. But yeah, that guy was fucked up. He was like the most.
Yeah, he sounds horrifying.
He's just like unloading all this unprocessed trauma on me.
Absolutely. And he was high too at the time, like at work. Or no, he was just saying he was high.
Probably. No, he was just always talking about how he used to get high before a battle
in Palestine,
like on purpose.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, I mean,
I can't fathom. Why would you want to be high while you're getting shot at?
While defending your own life. Why would you want to lose motor skills?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the short answer to the question is honestly that he probably, again, this is speaking of UN, very limited knowledge, but it's my understanding that the Israeli army is pretty well situated compared to the people that they're fighting.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main reason where it is really and truly more like the Call of Duty, levels where it's like, no, we're just going in and kind of taking them out,
Yeah. It's like Call of Duty on easy.
Yeah. I got a lot of non-playable characters coming after you. So yeah, that's also probably just getting high because you probably do it one time and the adrenaline rush has got to be through the skull, through.
Absolutely.
Through. And then you're like, I'm gonna have to turn that down, turn that volume down
for the rest of his life.
Whew, yeah, real Hurt Locker vibes. Okay, well, Kyle, we always end the podcast if we're going to end the podcast. We always
have
end the
like
podcast.
12 more jobs.
I believe this.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, if the top tier, if the top tier includes suicide photos and girlfriend threats,
Yeah, it's like every one of your jobs entails you delivering something or someone threatening you.
Mortal danger.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. The nicest guy you met was the guy who just gave you exact change and just made you feel like he was going to kick your ass.
Yeah, it was just a mean man, But it was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
He didn't show me a video of someone, getting beheaded or whatever. So anyway, 3 questions you always ask kind of before we wrap things up to cover some bases. Question number 1 for the worst job. And I think this is the gold one. When were you done and how did you quit? Because we do know how you left the other one. So like, how did you get out of the gold situation? Were you like, when did you realize you needed out? And then how did you get out?
Yeah. It was honestly it was like a summer type job, like just like the
Classic.
Gym one. So once school started, it was kind of like, I still did it. And then I kind of like, there was another kid that got hired. I think I almost like Loki got replaced. For sure.
Yeah. And you were like, I got a part to play. And he was like, I knew it.
Yeah. I think I got discriminated against actually.
Yeah. And like the first interview question was like, what color is the iPod? It's okay if you have the U2 colored one. We know that one was red. That's fine.
Yeah. So I was not gonna lie, definitely nervous about quitting that job because the boss, but
it seemed like it was just sort of like you just sort of faded into the distance.
I kind of faded out and I let them know. And I think I started playing football that year again too. So it was like, I didn't have a lot of time to do that. So
yeah, he just slapped you on the ass one time. It was like, good game. See you out there. I promise I won't hunt you down. It's real hard. Okay. So question number 2 is what would you say is one good thing you took from this not so good job?
We're talking about the gold job.
I mean, you could pick any job of those.
No, I could probably fix that. I think the gold job helped me be able to like conform to what the norm is in a workplace, even if I'm really not fucking with it, just for survival.
Right. Yeah. Like to really make the break room work for you. You're just like, yeah, absolutely.
You're like, hey, any good bodies today? What do we got? Trying to lean into it.
Yeah, really just blend in, become the color of the bulletin board.
The company culture is my culture.
Yeah, definitely company culture for sure. I mean, because after that the volumes turn down pretty big. So like if you come into like your next break room and they want to like talk about why this one guy doesn't like bananas, you're like, all right, no big deal.
Right. No, totally though. Yeah, everything by comparison is like I've never been in a more tense.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to not be like, it just anywhere, any context where someone's just like just turns their phone and shows a dead person, no matter what they say, pretty tense. It's very very difficult to turn that down.
For sure, especially when they're like laughing super hard and you don't see what it is. Oh, it's a meme. It's got to be a meme.
Gotta be a meme. Nope,
dead woman. That's it. No joke. Just a dead woman.
This is Faces of Death, but still. That's pretty not good. Okay. Question number 3, not related to that job. Like, thank fuck. is like just like, you know, how you doing? We were on the tail end of a pandemic, or certainly the popular tail end of it. How you been? How you doing? How you holding up? It's an open-ended thing.
Yeah. Good, man. Like I said earlier, I'm currently unemployed. Shocker. Shocker after all these. But good, dude. I was working a job for a while and it was like fine. It was all right. But I just wasn't really feeling it. And they kind of stopped working with me on like scheduling and shit. So I was like working night shift for like a year. And I was like, I can't do this.
Night shift is tough.
Yeah. So
especially for comedy. Literally impossible.
Exactly. Yeah, it would just fuck up my whole schedule. And I'd be like on the opposite schedule. It was like my girlfriend and my roommates. It was like,
it's fucked. Yeah.
So ended up quitting like at the beginning of December. And
so you've not been unemployed for particularly long.
Not too long, no. And it's all good too, because I'm still doing like freelance like video editing stuff. And I have money. I became a diet crypto bro in 2021.
Oh yeah, you had some success with Dogecoin, or I don't know what it's pronounced.
Dogecoin.
Yeah.
I'm still holding on to that, but
all right.
I ended up like, because weird story, when the pandemic happened, our lease ended and they never sent us a lease to re-sign.
Right. So probably we were like kind of a month-to-month thing.
Yeah, but so we were like, all right, well, I don't have a lease with you guys, so I'm not gonna pay you money because you didn't.
We don't have a contract,
and I don't have to because you didn't ask me to sign a lease. So we ended up staying there a full year
rent free,
and they never asked us
because it was the pandemic.
It was a pandemic. I don't know if they were like getting government money as a subsidy.
Well, their hands are tied. In the pandemic, all evictions were suspended. So there's nothing they could have done.
But they didn't even they never even asked us for rent one time.
Oh, you just literally, you didn't tell them, you just stopped sending them stuff and no one ever came around.
No one ever came around one time in a year.
Nice.
And they would like fix stuff. Like they never brought it up. So I was like, I don't know if like y'all are getting like a kickback saying that
they're getting PPP money for sure. Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. But so basically saved all of the rent money and then invested it into a bunch of different cryptocurrencies.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I made enough money off of that to be like, all right, I'm going to quit my job.
Because rent for a year, man, that is insignificant.
It's like 10 grand at least.
Right? Yeah.
That's
so like, it's a nice little, like normal people don't have that kind of money just laying around. So it was like it
was like you just all of a sudden had like bonus cash.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of like a blessing because I was just like, all right, well, let's turn this money into more money.
Right.
Like, see what happens. And I was able to just like quit my job, and I'm still living off that money, but I just want to like, just get some shit so I don't like bleed through all of it. But I still want
to slow the bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah. So shouts out to my old property manager, André.
What up, André?
Are terrible at your job, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you, André. That could be the title of the podcast. Got to get that E in. You really got to get the accent in on the André.
See, when people are bad at their jobs though, it made my life better.
It makes everyone's life easy.
Exactly.
If everyone just fully admits that your job is bullshit, you don't really have to do most of it. Everything goes better for everybody, André included, probably.
Yeah.
I doubt very much André got fired.
Dude, the last job I was working at, I won't say the name, but I was just doing a lot of quality control, like just watching movies and shit for streaming services.
I think I know what job we're talking about here. Yeah. Kyle got me an interview at this job, and I was like, I can't fucking do this because they wanted me to work in Santa Monica, and I was like, fuck that shit. Anyway,
yeah.
And I was in the middle of a bunch of other jobs applying.
Yeah. Before the pandemic, when I was working there, it was weird because it was an open office and they had me on an account that was porn.
Oh shit.
Korean porn. So like the genitals are blurred out and stuff, but you still see like boobs and shit.
Most of it.
I'm like, I can tell what's going on. Yeah.
One thing about
hey, I'm an educated man. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're totally fine. So it was like weird because I would just have porn playing on my computer
in an
with
open
no
office.
context. No context. And it's an open office. People are just walking by and I'm watching Korean porn like for hours. And no one knows, like, it's like, how do you explain that to somebody? It was like the most uncomfortable shit in the world.
Yeah, hours.
It was aggressive porn too. It
Yeah,
was like,
of course,
shoving their tongues in each other. It was a lot. Whatever production studio this was, they had a specific.
Y'all are dirty.
Hardcore.
You needed is like, Frank from 30 Rock had that fucking hat that always said something different. You needed a hat that said porn QC and like have it on and be like, is that a joke? And they turn around like, oh no.
People would bring like their kids into work and shit. And there was like times where I had to like really be careful about like when I was doing my job. It was wild.
That's so fucking crazy. Wow. Well, I'm glad things are going all right, man. And shout out to André again. You fucking killed it.
Now I'm just watching porn normally. I'm not
just
even
regular style.
Just for the love of the game now. Yeah.
I learned I had a passion for it. So I quit my job and now I'm watching porn full time now.
You're like, I'm just trying to get better at it. I don't care. I just want to get good.
I'm trying to improve my skill set, and you got to do it independent. You got to work for free at first, and then maybe one of these days someone's going to pay me again. Wow. Well, Kyle, thanks for joining. It was a goddamn hoot.
This was great. I had so much fun from start to end. I can't wait for this to come out.
That's great. It's coming out so soon. Hey, Kyle, where can people find you on the internet if you'd like to be found?
You can find me at Kyle Rehl. It's KYLEREHL. That's my handle on all social media. Check me out on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
And we will put links to all of that in the show notes. And if you straight up have not hung out around Kyle Rehl's TikTok, like, it's a pretty good fucking time. So
thanks, man.
I'm gonna put that link on the top. Thanks for joining us. And again, we gotta say, fuck this place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If you had a good time, don't forget to subscribe, rate the podcast, leave a review, 5 stars, 4 stars. You can give less stars, but don't do that. I mean, you can, but just text us. It's 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. You can just let it out, Get mean. We're here for you. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.